All right, Stefano here from First Reviews with James from First Reviews, and we are sitting in with Laura Vandervoort. Hi,
Hi.
Laura. How are you?
Good to see you guys again.
Good to see you too. And we're going to be chatting today because Laura will be attending to Toronto ComiCon this weekend, which is March 18th to 20th. Laura, you will be there on this Saturday, correct?
Yeah, it's just unfortunately we were only able to schedule in one day, so I will be there Saturday, I believe, bright and early until about 4 p.m. Eastern time. I know my panel's at noon, and then photo ops after. So excited to get to see people in person. And I'm so used to hugging everyone, so I'm gonna have to feel that one out. But very excited to go back to live conventions.
You've been doing a lot of virtual cons over the last little bit. And how's it going to feel to get back?
Great. It's the fans' energy that really does it for me. And seeing my actor friends, Aaron Ashmore is a friend of mine. I haven't seen him in a long time. He'll be there. So it's also a reunion for a lot of actors backstage in the green room, from different shows that collide. So yeah, I think it's going to be a little strange for me. It's going to take some adjusting. I've been to a few live conventions outside of Canada, but it's so nice to be home in Toronto and going to a local one. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I figured the Toronto one would be big for you, right? Just the hometown crowd.
Yep.
Do you find that it's busier in Toronto when you do the cons here, or is it because it's smaller, it might not be busier? I'm curious.
I don't know. It's also a different time, right? I mean, the conventions I've been to have been either really busy or not crazy. I think people are still feeling out their comfort level with crowds and all of this that we're processing still. I'm not sure what it will be like this weekend. I hope we're busy. I hope I get to see a lot of people. I know I have a couple of friends and family coming. Jessica Patel, who you guys know, will be coming as well. We're going to be, I don't know if I have, we're going to be supporting her comic book Reborn.
Oh, is she going to have a booth there?
She's not going to have a booth. I'm going to have some stuff on my table. She's going to be
fantastic.
Some free stuff. We're just trying to spread the word about the convention while we're there. Or about the comic.
Yeah, that's great. We were at Fan Expo last year, and it was a great turnout considering it was still during lockdown period. So I feel like I have a good feeling that it's going to be a great turnout with, restrictions lessening over the last little bit.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect. I'm regardless excited to go to see anybody that's there, but if it's busy, that's even better. So
yeah.
Last
time we chatted, we talked about Age of Dysphoria virtually, and we also talked about My Soul to Take a little bit before it hit some festivals. Now it did make its way through some festivals, and it was just recently the Forest Film Festival. Can you talk about a little bit about the experience there?
Yeah, so we had a special screening at the Forest City Film Festival. We opened up for Trigger Points, which it was kind of a perfect union of both films because so many people that worked on Trigger Point were also in my film, My Soul to Take. We had Rainbow Sun Franks, Jessica Patel, myself, Colm Fior. So it was just for me to see the film that I had, as you know, it's a passion project for me to have written, produced, and direct, which is I'm still terrified from doing it. To have that on a big screen having an audience view it was a surreal experience. It was a bit traumatizing in that it's like it's your brain on the screen. I've never had that. I've been on the screen saying other people's words. Obviously invest in those projects, but this one I'm so invested in that I was just kind of trying to watch people's expressions. But it was great. I had a lot of the audience members come up to me after, because I did a panel after to kind of explain the film or my version of what I was trying to say. I mean, there are so many things you can get from the film. That's what I love about it, is it's kind of open to interpretation, but I did have a lot of audience members say that they were really affected by it, which, as you know, from Age of Dysphoria, we love films that keep you questioning. And I think it was overall received very well. We're getting into some festivals now and we're going to be announcing them soon. So looking forward to that.
Awesome. You have another thriller coming out called The Black Bag.
Yeah, black bags. Yeah.
Black
Yeah,
bags.
black bags. Anything you can say about? I know it's still in post-production.
I have not asked the director what I'm allowed to say or not to say, so it's usually in
enough.
case best
Fair
to
enough. That's it.
Say nothing.
No
then.
problem. No problem. No problem.
That's fine.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It was a
Okay.
really cool experience. We shot in Oklahoma.
Nice.
Elisa Rulin's the other female lead. It was great to have two female leads that were very parallel, but both equally strong, which is so rare lately. So that's what drew me to it. It's an indie film. We shot during hurricane season. Tornado touchdown while we were filming. So we had
Oh,
the
wow.
whole, yeah, but that's all I can say.
Fair
That's
enough.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fine. You can only do so
Not a
much.
problem.
I could try.
Worth trying. I was going to ask, yeah, so I know you're obviously doing, directing and producing more yourself now. And I was curious and you're obviously still doing acting on the side. Do you want to continue to do it all, or do you want to continue maybe in the future, maybe do more directing, more producing, and lean off the acting pedal a bit?
I would say I'd reverse that. I'm directing and producing on the side.
Oh, okay, fair. Completely fair.
Yeah.
That's good.
We've talked about, I've been acting for 24 years at this point. Like, that's definitely my bread and butter. That's what I love to do. That's where I want to be. I think producing films is definitely a path I'm going to continue on, because I love that control. Directing, I'm still processing whether it's the right thing for me. I'm blessed that I was able to do it and have the casting crew that I did and raise the money, but it was a lot. I definitely have a huge appreciation for indie filmmakers, because even when the film is done and locked, still a lot of work.
Yeah, I know. I've watched a lot of interviews with like other actors and stuff like that, where they talk about like directing, and it's like, well, acting, you show up to shoot, you finish your shoot, and you're done. Directing, it's like, okay, before we even shoot, there's all this work, and then after you finish shooting, it's still a whole run of additional work right up until the release date, basically. So it's endless. Yeah.
If you're an actor on a TV series, it's not quite that, in that yes, you go home at the end of the day. You don't have to have it constantly on your mind, but it never ends because you're shooting for 6 months. But yes, you're right. When you're a filmmaker, it's like every detail, I'm doing the submissions, I'm making sure the screeners are right. And this is all new to me. Like Jessica's very helpful for me to understand all of that, but it's almost never ending. We just changed our poster as well.
Oh, did you? Little stuff like that all the time, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, because anyway, long story.
Laura, it's always a pleasure catching up with you, and we look forward to seeing you at the con. I know Jimmy and I will have probably a million more questions, and we're gonna ask you there.
Okay, great.
So,
I was wondering if you guys were gonna be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be
there
there this weekend as well. So we'll catch you at the con, and for everyone checking out the con this weekend, it is from March 18th to 20th, and you can catch Laura at her booth on the 19th, which is the Saturday.
Yes.
I just went on the ComiCon app, so I just downloaded it now. So you can do the schedule thing, and then I made sure I added your talk to the schedule.
Yeah.
I got to make sure I go to this one.
Yeah,
I like it. It's a nice feature they have. It's good, helpful.
That's great. You'll have to think of some questions for me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Sounds great.
More questions. Yeah.
More questions.
We're just pestering you with questions.
Hey, I'd rather have questions than to be the one just talking because no questions are coming and I'm blabbering on like I tend to always do.
Oh, that's great. Well, it was always great to talk to you, Laura. I know we're over time, I'm sure. So, but yeah, thanks again. Appreciate the conversation.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you Saturday.
Yeah,
see you Saturday, Laura.
Fun.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.